Welcome back to the podcast, y'all, where self-improvement is the movement. Welcome back to the best self-improvement podcast out there, best mental health, relationship type podcast out there, man. How y'all feeling today? I am dead tired right now. That's how I feel right now. But it has been a great last week, 2 weeks or so from a standpoint of a couple weeks ago, I was just like not in the best place from a productivity standpoint and from a being focused standpoint. I really fell back behind on a lot of things that I need to be doing and should be doing. Reverted back to some old habits, things of that nature. And I wasn't really happy with myself with it. But the thing was, I wasn't too hard on myself. We'll touch on that in a minute. And we're back. Life's been really good lately. I'm getting a little bit more recognition for the things that I do here. So that's fun. I met The Rock over the past couple weeks. Actually, last week. I'll get to more into that in a second. But things are getting a little bit better, man. Although, if y'all can see it in my face right now, I am dead tired. But if y'all are listening to this podcast on Spotify, go ahead and rate this for me. Go ahead and share this to your story. Get this podcast out there to other people who need help in terms of self-improvement, mental health, fitness, anything like that. And if you're watching this on YouTube, make sure to like, comment, share, subscribe. And also share this on your page. Share this anywhere you can with friends, family members who need help any type of way in self-improvement, mental health, fitness, relationships, anything under the sun. And I'll be able to do my best at helping people out because that's what I love to do. But without further ado, a quick rundown of what we're going to talk about today, y'all. And also what I'm going to say, and also welcome to all the new people out there that are just now finding out about me and watching my page and whatnot. I appreciate you for showing me some love and support. This is what we've been doing. Hop on the self-improvement journey. Hop on the bandwagon right now because it's about to take off. And you came at the perfect time. So I want to welcome you all here. And hopefully we have a great ride together. So I just want to say that. But today we're going to talk about why people are too hard on themselves and how to not be as hard on yourself as an individual in this day and age in society. We're going to talk about how I met The Rock and Destroying this past weekend. It was absolutely lit. I'll give y'all a little story background, and then I'll talk about my takeaways from it in terms of lessons that I learned, lessons that I can take away, and ways I've been motivated beyond that to get even better as a person. So going back to why you're too hard on yourself, we'll talk about that first. I think that a lot of people are hard on themselves. I've talked to a lot of people over the past couple weeks or so, and I talked to a lot of people throughout the weeks and days. A common theme that has popped up over the past couple weeks has been people being too hard on themselves. And this topic really hits home because I was one who was very hard on myself, too hard on myself back in the day. And when I mean back in the day, I mean 2021, 2022, early parts of 2022. So I've really gotten to the point where I'm not as hard on myself, but I still have really good standards I set for myself, really good goals I hit for myself that I want to achieve. And I still am hard on myself. I am critical of myself. There's nothing wrong with that. But there is a fine line between being hard on yourself and kind of losing self-respect for yourself, if that makes sense. So people don't end up giving themselves credit on the journey they're on, the journey they've been through, the things they have accomplished and achieved in life. It's so hard to accomplish certain things in life, man. And when you do accomplish these things are worth celebrating. These things are worth sitting back and reflecting on. I'm a very reflective person, so I do this a lot. But I feel like people don't reflect enough on the accomplishments they've had, the growth they've made since they were in high school or a couple years back or whatever the case may be. They don't give themselves their credit on that. And things that they're doing right now, they don't give themselves credit on the little wins that they end up getting or any type of good things that happen within their life. They just kind of downplay it. They say it's not good enough. And this is very dangerous territory, guys, because you're going to find yourself on a hamster wheel. What you're going to be doing is always looking at the next goal, always looking at the next thing to achieve, always looking at ways to get better, always looking at things you need to get better at, always looking at why you're not here yet, why you're not there yet, always thinking about why you haven't achieved this yet. It's fine to have that futuristic type of mindset in terms of a bigger picture mindset of, okay, I want this, I want that, I want to get better at this, I want to get better at that. That's totally fine. But people get so caught up in the next thing. People get so caught up in the future. It kind of takes away from what they did in the past to where they are in the present. They're steady chasing the next goal, the next thing, the next idea, the next achievement. And like I say, y'all, when I say chasing, that means that person or thing is running away from you and you're trying to catch. When you're chasing all these ideas, one, it's hard to be where your feet are at. And two, the funny thing is, once you hit these goals that you set for yourself, that you aim for, you get a sense of dissatisfaction. And I'm taking this psych class right now, and it's social psychology. There's actually something we recently just touched on. It was dissonance after decision, and that's whenever you say you've been fiending for this new pair of shoes, you've been wanting these new pair of shoes for a while, but you didn't have the money for it, or you knew that it would have ran you your pockets, it would have been a little expensive, right? And you decide to end up getting it. But once you get those shoes that you coveted for so long, they're mid all of a sudden. They're just like, they don't look as good anymore. They don't catch your attention as more. You don't even want to wear them anymore. But back then, all you wanted was those shoes. All you wanted was those shoes on your feet. Those shoes looked so good to you when they were on the display wall at Foot Locker. You end up getting the shoes and you don't feel fulfilled anymore. It doesn't hit the spot you thought it was going to hit. It's the same thing with all these goals that you're setting for yourself, all these things that you want to achieve, all these things you want to do. You're going to get to the point where once you hit these things, you're going to be so dissatisfied. You're going to be looking at even more. You're going to be looking at the next thing that you need to hit. And the cycle repeats itself. You're going to hit those things, and then you're going to feel dissatisfied to where you're going to need to hit a higher level. You're going to hit that, and you're still going to feel dissatisfied. So it's going to get to the point where you're never going to be happy. You're never going to be satisfied with yourself. And it's a good thing to not be satisfied, because there's always room for improvement in this self-improvement journey. Always room for improvement. But you can never be happy. You can never be where your feet are at, because you're steady chasing what's next. You're steady chasing things in the future. You can't even appreciate what's in the now. You can't appreciate what's with you right now. And the journey you're on, it's about the journey, not the destination. That's an old cliche, but damn it, it wouldn't be a cliche if it wasn't true. It's good to have this mindset in a way, but it can get to the point where it turns into negative self-talk. You'll downplay yourself. You start saying, oh, I'm not shit, or I haven't done shit yet, or I'm not worth anything, or you'll feel lack of worth, you'll feel lack of confidence, you'll feel lack of self-esteem, and that leads you to blaming yourself for everything that goes wrong in your life, even when you had no control over it. It's a really scary rabbit hole you can get into if you're continually having this type of mindset. It will lead to negative self-talk, and that negative self-talk will lead you to blaming yourself for everything. And your subconscious mind doesn't know the difference whenever you're talking down on yourself. It takes it as truth. It takes it as reality. Another reference to the psych class I'm taking right now, there's a saying that goes, a concept that goes, saying is believing. And that works with the subconscious, because anything that you say, it doesn't even have to be out loud. You can say it in your head, and your subconscious will pick up on it, because it doesn't know the difference between a joke and seriousness. It doesn't know the difference between you being just too hard on yourself and reality of what's going on and what the situation is. That's how a lot of people get into a really big rut of self-confidence. They say all these mean things about themselves. The subconscious takes it and runs with it to where it becomes your reality. And guess what? You're not able to break out of that, because you've turned that into your identity. It's super scary, y'all. So being too hard on yourself, it just leads to a lot of stress. It just leads to a lot of anxiety from a lot of things you just can't control. You're just being too hard on yourself on the things you cannot control. If you can control the things you can control, you can be hard on yourself with those things because you can fix it. You can make a change. You can improve in certain aspects. But if you're steadily worrying about things that you really can't control at all, then that's going to be very detrimental for your mental health. You're going to be in a rut, and it's going to be a hamster wheel that you're going to be stuck on for the foreseeable future. Take a chill pill. Give yourself credit on where you've came from. Enjoy the present moment that you're in right now. Savor it, because whenever you grow, whenever you reach the next level, you're going to look back at the time you're in right now and be very grateful for the time, and very grateful for you going through what you went through. All of our time's going to come as long as you have the patience within it to just keep your head down and keep going, and to not worry about what other people are doing, because that also deters us from being too hard on ourselves. Going back to psych class for the third reference in this podcast episode so far, there's a discussion post that talked about how, that wanted us to elaborate on how social media influences our self-esteem. And what I wrote down was, it messes with our self-esteem because whenever we see someone on social media, for the most part, we're going to see people posting their highlights of their life. We're going to see people posting about their personal lives in the most positive light ever. We're going to see everyone's wins. We're going to see everyone's achievements. We're going to see everyone is doing great in life. And it's great to see people doing great, actually, but it doesn't paint the full picture of what life really is. And when all these people you see are posting their achievements, posting their awards, posting their good stuff, all the good stuff online, it kind of sets in your mind, you set a false expectation for yourself. You set goals for yourself that aren't fair to you and the situation you're in right now. But you set those goals because you see this person at this level and you're trying to get to that level. So you set goals that you think will help get you to that level, but those goals aren't even fair to where you're at in life. And that leads to you not hitting those goals. You're going to be disappointed in yourself. And when you're disappointed in yourself, that self-esteem just goes down the tank. You're going to be so hard on yourself trying to get to this goal that's unrealistic in the first place. It's not even fair to the situation you're in, because everyone's situation is different. Everyone's unique in their path and their journey. But you're so fixated on getting to this point because you see all these other people at this point. You have to stay in your lane as well. We all see success as a linear chart. I'll do it like this. A linear chart going this way, right? Going all the way up to the top, and everything's smooth and perfect. Like, in all of our minds, that's how we view success. That's just human nature. But reality is, I'll try to do it for y'all so y'all can see it. Here's the chart. You're beginning your journey. You kind of plateau a little bit because it's tough in the beginning always. Then you see some success, you see some wins, and then something happens to where you kind of dip a little bit. You kind of go in a downward spiral. Things are a little bad for a couple weeks, couple months. But you end up bouncing back nicely, and you're figuring out life a little bit as it goes on. And then you hit a plateau. As things are going to the top, you hit a plateau. And you think things are going to get better. You think you figured it out, but things actually get a little worse after that. But then things get better all of a sudden unexpectedly while you're depressed during that bad time. You're going up again, and maybe you might hit another plateau. You might dip a little bit more and then go back up. So it's a whole roller coaster. There might be some loops and twists and turns in between all of it. We see success as like this linear line all the way to the top, this linear red line all the way to the top. It's really not like that. We have to take growth any way we can. Growth sometimes means going down. It sometimes means not being as great, because you're able to learn from the negative to turn it into a positive, so that next time comes around, you know how to handle the situation better. So you have to take it as a win-win situation when it comes to growth. Even when things don't go your way, you still grow from it. That's a win. Even when things are going your way, that's great. And you're still learning from it. That's two dubs. That's two. it's such a beautiful way to look at life. And I'll end this part off by saying this. Life would not be any fun if there wasn't bullshit, if there weren't challenges, if there weren't ups and downs, if there weren't things that didn't go our way. If things always went our way, if things were always perfect, if things were always at an arm's length away from our grasps, and everything we asked for turned to fruition, and everything was just perfect, no drama, no bullshit, no setbacks, what would be the point of living at that point? There'd be no point, because you can get literally anything you want at a snap of a finger, and it's right there. Everything you think is gonna go your way goes your way. No adversity, no hardships, no resistance, straight dubs all day. Would life be fun at that point? You tell me. Would life be fun at that point? I think in the honeymoon phase of that, it would be awesome. We get anything we want, everything goes our way, everything that we envision turns into fruition, and it's manifested. Great. Great. But then after a couple weeks, couple months, it's like, okay, we know what's coming. We get everything we want. What's the point? We don't even want it anymore. Life is fun to figure out the ups and downs, the bullshit of it, all the things that don't go our way, the really tough moments in our lives where we're at a stalemate and we need something to pop off. It's all beautiful. It's all life. It wouldn't be life without it. It wouldn't be life without it. And I wouldn't want it any other way. I'm going to do my own ad, y'all, in this middle area. So if y'all like this, go ahead and like, comment, share, subscribe if you're watching this on YouTube. Share it with a friend, family member. This is the best self-improvement podcast out there at the moment. Mental health. We talk about fitness. We talk about relationships. So if any of those topics interest you and you want to be a guest on the show, not email me. You can DM me at Jimmy1of1 on Instagram. You can comment down below in the YouTube comments, or you could email me if you can find my email. I don't think it's out there, but I would rather you DM me or something like that, and we can kind of get a hold of each other and go from there. If you're listening to this on Spotify, go ahead and rate this for me on my page. Go ahead and share this to your story. Post a screenshot of you listening to this podcast right now, and that would be very, very much appreciated from y'all. But without further ado, we're about to get to this next portion of the podcast. Now, I talked about how I met The Rock and Destroying. Quick little rundown of how I did, and then I'll go into more detail. So I work with UTA Radio, and we had the opportunity to be on the media team for the XFL. There's a team coming out here in Arlington, the Arlington Renegades. And so they contacted us and be like, hey, were there any students that want to kind of do like a little internship with us here at the XFL? I was like, yes, sign me up. So I was able to cover the game. I got my credential card. I was in the press box covering the game and made a little recap video afterwards. It was nice. Great first experience. But how I met The Rock is he owns the XFL, obviously, and I didn't know he was going to be there. I did research before this, and I was like, is The Rock going to be at this game? And I saw a lot of tweets saying that he was going to be at the game in Houston the same day, actually. And I thought he was just going to be at that game. But when I went down to the field, because I had media access pregame, the communications coordinator was like, hey, The Rock is going to be here in... He didn't say The Rock. The funny thing about that whole thing was he said Dwayne Johnson was going to be here in 15 minutes. Get ready. And in my head, I obviously know The Rock owns... Well, Dwayne Johnson obviously owns the XFL. I knew that obviously already. But in my head, when he said Dwayne Johnson, for the first second and a half to 2 seconds, it didn't register in my mind that it was him, like the man himself, that was going to be there in 10 to 15 minutes doing a little mini press conference before the game. In the middle of me waiting for him, I saw Destroying. Shout out to Destroying. He's a very cool dude in person. I met him over there, kind of like ambassador, I guess, for the XFL in a way, shape, or form. A couple weeks ago, I think. So I met him. Very cool dude. He's fucking a tank. He's a beast, yes. But he's also a very cool dude. Got a picture with him. Y'all probably see it up on the screen or whatever. You'll probably see the clips, me and him chopping it up. And then when The Rock actually came out, he just stood there and looked larger than life. I was like, holy shit, like this dude is like here. Like the guy is here. And he was walking, gave me a fist bump that I still haven't washed my hands over. I'm just kidding. I have washed my hands since then. I'm not one of those. He gave me a fist bump, and not only did he say what's up, he said, you're filling out that shirt, man. And the only thing that registered in my mind at that point was the regular gym bro talk. Hey, I'm just trying to get like you, man. Or trying to get like you, dog. I wish I came up with a better response then, but in the heat of the moment, when you're expecting to see him, but you're not expecting him to give you like a compliment like that. When it hit me, I was just like, oh shit, I don't know what to say. And I said, I'm just trying to get like you, regular gym bro talk. It blew up on Instagram. I'll touch more on this in a minute. Blew up on Instagram, blew up on TikTok. I think it's over 4 million views right now on my page on Instagram right now. The reel is at 4 million views, at over 100,000 likes, and I've gained over 1,000 followers since then. It's absolutely crazy. The reason why I'm so happy that whole interaction took place, I was able to post on social media. It gained traction after like the first day and a half of me posting it. It blew up and it brought awareness to my page. I'm glad people came and saw me taking a picture, or me interacting with The Rock, interacting with him giving me that compliment. Dope moment, like perfect video. I'm so happy that happened because it brought a lot of people to my page in terms of awareness. They looked at my page, looked at the other reels I've done, looked at some of my podcasts I've done, and looked at my podcast page, looked at my fitness page. Like, it's crazy, man, how much support I've been getting from a lot of people, random people, over these past 48, 72 hours. It's absolutely insane. And I'm so happy that I'm finally starting to get recognition for the things I'm doing. It's a real big deterrent whenever you're doing something you love to do and you don't get the recognition for it right away. Because as humans, we all want attention. We all want validation. We all want to be recognized for the things that we do, especially if it's a passion of ours. And when I really sometimes don't get that praise, don't get that recognition that I think I deserve, depending on the value I put out, it kind of discourages me into keep on going. Not that I was going to stop, but there's some times and instances where I was just saying to myself, damn, when is it going to come? When am I going to blow up? Because I think I put out very valuable information here and there. I still got lots of improvement, but the fact that I'm finally starting to get recognition for it now, and people are following me. People came for the Rock video. It's on everyone's Explore page right now. But they're staying for the content I've been providing. People haven't really seen it yet. Now they're seeing it. The reel I made, and I was talking in the background, the reel I created and crafted and everything is at 200K views right now. And the one I made about 2023, I'll start off by saying this. And I was like, no more talking, no more saying you're going to do this, no more saying you're going to do that, no more telling your friends what you're going to do, just do it. Remember that? That one blew up. That one's at over 200,000 likes right now. That really inspired a whole bunch of people. And I'm very happy that I'm finally starting to get the recognition for it. Now, the thing is also is like people going to say, oh, you mean The Rock got to your head, or don't get overly too confident. Don't think you're him. Don't think you're better now than you were a couple days ago, or don't think you're better than anyone else. Like, I hear jokes about that now, it's whatever. Like, I can take a joke, but sometimes I just don't like to hear that, because in a way my subconscious takes it as disrespect to how I really am as a person. As ironic as this is about to sound, I think I am one of the most humble people anyone will ever meet. As ironic as that sounds, shit, right? But that's how I feel. I'm really down to earth, really humble. I'm People are asking me, people are DMing me for advice. People are DMing me for relationship advice. This dude is having this situation with this girl. He's in a very bad mental space right now. I'm helping him out, trying to help him out with it. He hasn't responded back to me. I'm like, bro, are you good? People are DMing me, what's your workout plan? What's the meal plan routine? I eat whatever. But I'll help you out. I'll try to help you out in the best way I can. In the best way I can. But this is all I wanted, was to help out other people. It wasn't for clout. It wasn't for views. But the fact that it got to my page and all these people came to my page and I'm getting all this attention now and I'm getting all of these likes now is great, because I can be out there to more people to be able to help them out. That's my whole goal. My whole goal is not to do shit for clout and all this shit. Like, of course, I want my recognition, I want my respect, but at the end of the day, I'm just trying to help other people be great, because I know where I was at one point in time, and I didn't really have too many people telling me to be great, being there alongside me, walking with me when I went through shit like this. So the shit other people are going through right now, I can relate and I can help them through it, because I'm nowhere near where I want to be. I'm nowhere near like a top tier person or anything like that. I know I'm not, but from the experience that I've went through, from the things that I've been through, I can give other people good advice on it. So I think that this is great for me, and I'm going to try to leverage this as much as I can. But a couple things that I learned from meeting Destroying and The Rock, to wrap this thing up. One, you have to connect with others, man. Building connections, building a foundation of people to talk to within your career field is super important. Be curious on the things you want to learn. Ask questions. As cliche as all this is going to sound, you have to do it. Ask questions on certain things you're just interested in. Even though you might not be going after it right now, if you're interested in it, just hear what the other person has to say. Ask them questions. And you don't even have to ask them questions. Make a conversation with someone. Then they'll start telling you things that interest you, and then you can ask questions after that to get to know somebody. I met a guy up at the XFL. He has his own blog that he works with a group of other people, this company, and he's gonna try to help put me on to some stuff. I connected with him by just having a football conversation with him. We started talking more and got contacts, and we're going to be keeping in touch for the foreseeable future. There's always something to learn. There's always something to get better at. Have some mentors, have some OGs in your life, whether it be professors or counselors or directors or anyone who's in a higher status than you. You have to pick their brain on the things they know, because they can just give you a different perspective on certain things within your field. They can give you certain perspectives on pathways and things to go about this and that, entrepreneurship, whatever the case may be. They can help you out with that. And the other thing with just talking to people, you get ideas too. I'm not saying plagiarize people's ideas, but what I'm saying is talking to people will turn on the light bulb in your head sometimes. Sometimes you're in a creative rut. I'm in a very creative field, I think, which is broadcast communications, specifically trying to do sports. So trying to be creative in different ways is super hard sometimes. And to hear other people just talk, it allows me to turn on my light bulb. My light bulb just automatically turns on sometimes whenever I'm talking to someone. And I get all these ideas and I start writing them down in terms of career path, in terms of things I can do, in terms of videos I could make, like all these type of things. So it helps me out a lot. Connecting with other people is so important. I wouldn't have even gotten that position to meet someone like that if it wasn't for me making connections, me talking to people. Get out there, man. Stop being so damn shy. Stop being scared to talk to people. I was there at one point, damn it. People who y'all know me from middle school and high school, y'all know I was the quietest person ever. Now I have a podcast where I'm talking to people, and I'm going to be talking to people for a living in my career field. I grew. I grew out of it, grew up, matured, got better. That's all it is. And I'm nowhere near where I need to be, nowhere near where I want to be, but it's a journey and I'm proud of myself for it. And the other thing that it helped me learn was success should actually make you go harder. There's a lot of people that they find any type of success and it gives them a reason to slack off. It gives them a reason to be more laid back. It gives them a reason to not go as hard or to not fulfill their habits on a daily basis. But for me, things I find success in, whether it be a video that blow up, whether it be me meeting the fucking rock, whether it be me hitting a PR on bench in the gym, whether it be whatever, it makes me want to go even harder. It makes me want to go 10 times harder. When people give me compliments, not just like surface level compliments like, oh, you look big, man, or I'm trying to get like you, or whatever compliment like that, but I'm talking about a little bit deeper of a compliment, like you're a great person, the things that you're doing right now at your age is absolutely great to see, and keep it up, stuff like that. That really grounds me and be like, damn, maybe I'm going somewhere. Going back to you being too hard on yourself, another thing I'll add to that is being around people who will uplift you. I'm not saying be around people that are going to just tell you everything you love to hear. They're going to uplift you, they're going to motivate you and inspire you, but they're also going to tell you the truth of what it is. It's good to have that really good balance. So those circle of friends that you have around you, you need those types of people to encourage you when you are too hard on yourself, but you need those people to pick you up also whenever you're down. So that's pretty much all I got for y'all, man. It's not the longest episode, not the most in-depth episode, but I really want to talk about that, take the time to talk about this type of stuff, man. Y'all have seen the growth firsthand. That's why I decided to do what I'm doing right now. There was one point I was saying to myself that I was going to delete social media, probably for good, throw myself off the face of the earth. Anyone who can come in contact with me has my phone number. Other than that, you're dead to me. I don't think that was the best way to go for me. I think the best way, I didn't think that just hiding from the world and popping out whenever something went right for me, I didn't think that was the right way to go for me. That wasn't my purpose. I think my purpose is showcasing my life on social media and all these apps in order to inspire others to get on their journey and to get better. Or even when they are on their journey getting better, they might hit a rut here and there, a patch of lack of motivation, a patch of time where they're just not motivated, and I can help them out with that, get them out that rut, give them a little bump that they need. And I think there's power in showcasing your life. That's all I got for y'all, man. If y'all listening to this on Spotify, make sure to like this for me, download it for me, go ahead and share it on your story for people to see it, friends, family members. Share it to a friend or family member who needs help in terms of self-improvement, who needs help motivational wise, who needs help in relationships, fitness, you name it. I might need to make a fitness podcast episode here pretty soon, but on YouTube, if you're listening to this, if you're watching this, go ahead and like, comment, share, subscribe. That's pretty much going to wrap this thing up, man. Show me some love in the comments down below. Like this video for me. Like it, like it, like it. You don't even have to watch the whole thing, just like it. But share this true story as well. And that's going to wrap this thing up, man. I'm glad y'all were here to be on this journey with me. Wouldn't want it any other way. I'm going to end this thing how I always do it. Be different. Be a one of one. I'm out. Peace.